Owen Comerford here for IrishBoxing.com in association with PD Giveaways with the new IBF European Welterweight Champion Kieran Molloy. How does that sound?
Sounds unreal. So it's what I've been working for, since I was a kid. I've always wanted to hold a belt. I know it's not the world title, but it feels like that for me right now. It means everything to me, and to do it in front of a lot of Galway supporters and people from around Ireland, and I love fighting in Belfast, so it means an awful lot.
Yeah, you could hear it from ringside. Any shot you threw or anything that landed, like you got that backhand going from early on, and it showed in your opponent's face. Well, by the fifth round, so it was. Do you think there was any sort of added pressure there on yourself with the crowd that followed, or was it just go in there and get the job done? And by no means was it easy.
No, of course. Look, the main thing for us is go in and win. We really wanted that belt. The crowd is always brilliant, but you can't get too sucked into that either. It's such a nice feeling because everybody who bought a ticket and came to support me, they're all here to be part of my journey, and it's up to me to go out there and deliver a good performance, and it means so much to me. And it doesn't go unnoticed, but even in hard times in the fights is all they get behind you, especially when you need that boost at times. But I'm just very proud to represent them all, and they are part of this.
Just on that then, as you said, hard times during the fight, like a great performance against a tricky, awkward opponent. I think it was in the fifth round, there was a stumble from a shot there, but as you said, the crowd rallying behind you. In moments like that, when you got slightly clipped, is that the one thing in your mind, is like the crowd and everyone there for you to spur you on to victory?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it was kind of like I was annoyed by getting hit with that shot as well, because I was trying to time him for a right hook. Kept me with a good backhand, to be fair. But sometimes you hear the crowd go like, ooh, as well. And he gets the confidence, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm not even hurt, but come on then. But that's when you have to be smart and let them know who's still in charge. Look, it's fighting, it's a 10-round fight. You're going to get hit. Not going to be perfect for every fight, but I think that was the perfect fight for me at this stage of my career. Once I go up the levels, once I go up against sharper opponents, that more fast twitch, it will suit me more.
And just on that there with the right hook, you looked to get that going from early on. Anytime you went to move in, you were kind of pawing with it slightly in the early rounds, and it managed to land. And the same again with your backhand. You could see by round 10, his two eyes were swelled up and battered. Like when you're up there in with an awkward opponent who's trying to in your face and at times trying to make the fight a bit awkward and dirty for you, to have the success there, it's surely a massive boost of confidence.
Yeah, it is. It's just about having the right fundamentals. There's nothing too slick in there. It was a good jab, top jab, a good straight backhand, as long as the leg is underneath you properly, you're not falling in on it. Thought he was quite difficult to actually hit with the right hook. He was quite smart because he was coming in, dropping low. So I was trying to catch him with the body shot, the uppercut. But, full respect to him. He's a very tough man. He came to win. And, he's got the heart of a warrior.
And just after getting your first taste of a title, European, you said it's massive to you. It feels like your world title. After getting that taste of a belt around your waist, surely you're mad and set for more.
Yeah, of course. One around my waist, I need another one here and another one here. So there's plenty of space for more belts. That's what I'm chasing now. I've got the taste for it now. I want to win as many as I can and get myself in line for a world title fight.
And of course, looking back now, I've got probably one of the most disheartening parts of your career so far was the homecoming fight in Galway falling through. That's still a dream for Kieran Molloy.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, when the time was right, unfortunately it fell through last time, but it didn't stop us from chasing our dream. I fought maybe 3 or 4 times since then, so we're on the right way. Looking now to sit down with MF Pro and the Sauerland brothers to plan a card maybe in the west of Ireland in the summer. So get my first headline there in the west of Ireland for a belt. And we really want to push on it and keep on building it there.
Of course, yeah, and you look at just mentioning the west of Ireland with the wealth of talent there. You have yourself and Owain Lavin for a massive pull. Is that something that there's a few strings you're going to try to pull, especially with Owen's immense win there last weekend in the Tree Arena? That's something could be potentially down the line.
Yeah, 100%. Look, there's a couple of good fighters coming out of Galway now. You got Thomas O'Toole over in Boston as well. Even Jason Myers, he's a good fighter as well from Galway. But I know I'm probably missing out a few, so apologies. There's so much going through my head right now. But there's plenty of potential, especially with MF Pro as well. A new promotion. They want to build a buzz, build excitement, and it's started off small, I suppose, in the west of Ireland. We'll build something massive someday.
And of course, then just on MF Pro, like their first event in Ireland, and you being headliner of it, surely it's a massive boost for you to think, right, you could be central to their sort of plans, not only in Ireland but in Europe as a whole.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's the plan. I've always wanted to just stay busy. You know, I'd fight every 6 weeks if I get the opportunity to. And you know, I've got big dreams in this sport. You know, I want to do so much. So I'm glad I'm getting the support and the backing by such a top promotion, I suppose. You know, they're going to be moving up global soon. You know, they're starting in Belfast, but they're going to be global soon.
Of course, and it's only early days in March, like in 2026. It's March now. What's the I suppose the roadmap for yourself this year?
I want to get out 4 times this year, so sort of every 3 months. That's the plan, and yeah, keep on picking up the belts. I'd like to fight, you know, in the next 2 fights for the full EBU European, possibly get the silver next, EBU silver. So you know, just keep on growing up the ladder, keep on working our way up the rankings, and you know, it won't be long before we're there at the top.
Lovely stuff. Thanks very much, Kieran. Congrats again.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.